Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, where we bring you timely and in-depth updates on Iraq's currency and its evolving position in the global economy. Today's update is among the most anticipated in recent history, a seismic shift that has rocked the foreign exchange markets and sparked renewed hope for investors holding Iraqi dinar. With years of waiting behind us, the moment has finally arrived. Iraq has launched a revaluation and the dinar is officially floating on international markets. The implications are massive, and we're here to break down every detail. After prolonged speculation and countless analyses, the Iraqi dinar's revaluation is now a reality. The new floating exchange rate has gone live, beginning at an initial benchmark rate of 1.1, and financial markets are already reacting to the shift. This is not speculation or rumor, it's a confirmed change. The dinar is no longer held down by artificial controls and will now adjust based on real-time global demand, allowing its true market value to rise or fall. In a recent update shared by Intel source Frank26, a first-hand report from Firefly on the ground in Iraq reveals sweeping changes taking place. An Iraqi economist speaking on national television confirmed that Iran's influence in Iraq is rapidly diminishing. This development isn't just political, it opens the gates to long-overdue financial reform. According to the economist, Iran no longer exerts control over Iraq's affairs, marking a major turning point in the country's path to sovereignty. Frank emphasized that such a shift provides the foundational security Iraq needs to move forward with monetary policy that reflects its independent economic trajectory. Prime Minister Soudani has been positioned as a pivotal figure in this new phase, backed by international support including mentions of former President Trump as part of a broader strategy to maintain Iraqi independence. Soudani now leads a coalition determined to keep external interference, particularly from Iran, out of Iraq's financial affairs. Frank asserted that Iran fully understands the loss of its influence and that acknowledgement clears the path for a stable, revalued dinar to take root. This moment is historic. For years, the dinar has been undervalued and misunderstood by global observers. Now, with the currency floating and no longer artificially pegged, its strength is starting to show. Early market trends are showing strong buying interest. In some areas, the dinar has already surpassed the 1.5 mark, with projections suggesting it could climb to 1.6, 1.75, or even higher. These rates aren't just figures, they represent a financial breakthrough for long-term holders who have believed in Iraq's future. Let's take a look at how this shift translates into real value. Previously, holding $10,000 0 cents worth of Iraqi dinar would have netted you around $800 0 cents $900 0 cents USD at older exchange rates. But now, at a live floating rate of 1.5, that same amount is worth approximately $15,000 0 cents USD, a gain exceeding 1,000%. This isn't just a technical correction. For many, it's a life-altering financial event. So, what should you do in light of this change? First, don't rush into decisions. The dinar is now floating, which means its value will fluctuate based on demand. That opens the door to further appreciation. It's wise to watch the market closely over the coming days or even weeks before making any major moves. Next, it's time to make contact with your banks and exchange centers. Call ahead to ask whether they're currently accepting Iraqi dinar and what rates they're offering. Some financial institutions may still be updating their systems, but reports indicate that live rate feeds are appearing more frequently on Forex platforms. This is a strong sign that formal adoption of the new rate is already underway. Also, take a moment to prepare your currency for exchange. Ensure your notes are clean, crisp, and in good condition. You'll need valid government-issued identification and, if available, proof of purchase. Having your documentation in order can make the process smoother when you decide to convert your dinar into dollars or other local currency. Importantly, exercise caution. A revaluation event of this magnitude is bound to attract opportunists and scams. Be vigilant. Stick to officially licensed banks and currency exchanges. Avoid any private deals or off-market transactions, no matter how tempting they may sound. With legitimate channels now operational, there's no reason to take unnecessary risks. Whether you decide to exchange part of your holdings now or wait for a potential rate increase, the key is understanding that the decision is yours to make. This moment reflects your patience and belief in the long-term strength of Iraq's recovery, and from what early data shows, the 1.5 rate may just be the beginning. With the dinar now free to float, there's no set ceiling. In parallel with the revaluation, the political landscape inside Iraq is also undergoing transformation. Al-Nuji recently made a strong public statement declaring that Iranian-backed factions will hold less than 30% of the seats in the next parliament. This signals a clear shift in regional influence and power dynamics. Iraq is gradually reclaiming its political sovereignty, and with that comes a newfound ability to implement long-overdue reforms without external manipulation. According to Al-Nuji, Iran's political leverage has been steadily eroding, and groups still clinging to that influence are finding it harder to maintain relevance. This power shift is expected to bolster Iraq's ability to stabilize its internal affairs. Political independence lays the groundwork for economic independence, and the floating dinar is one of the strongest indicators yet that Iraq is embracing that future. Prime Minister Soudani's administration has shown a clear commitment to structural reform, and the people of Iraq are beginning to feel the results of those efforts. Soudani's financial advisor also weighed in recently, pointing to one of the more unexpected contributors to market stabilization: hypermarkets. These large cooperative retail spaces have played a surprisingly effective role in reducing inflation and curbing currency volatility by redirecting consumer demand from the unstable parallel dollar market to the official dollar stream. These hypermarkets have helped stabilize goods prices, support importers, and promote a healthier trading environment. This seemingly small change has delivered ripple effects throughout the economy. As more Iraqis rely on official market channels, the need for black market exchanges shrinks. That increased transparency and regulation not only protect consumers, but also demonstrate to the global financial system that Iraq is serious about economic reform. For investors watching the dinar, that's a key signal of stability and growth potential. Another topic drawing considerable attention is the proposed deletion of 3 zeros from the dinar. In a recent television appearance, an economic advisor named Alec explained that this move is about much more than simplifying transactions. It's about altering perception. By removing the extra zeros, Iraq sends a message to the world that the dinar is no longer a fringe currency. It's a legitimate, globally recognized asset. Alec emphasized that this process is being executed with caution and precision. The ultimate goal is to instill deeper confidence in Iraq's monetary system, both domestically and abroad. He argued that the move would position Iraq to attract greater foreign investment and accelerate its path toward economic growth. In Alec's view, the zero deletion isn't cosmetic, it's strategic. However, not everyone agrees. A well-known critic who chose to remain anonymous challenged Alec's viewpoint. He cautioned that simply altering the numbers on the currency won't magically fix Iraq's underlying challenges. He pointed to real economic hurdles like underdeveloped infrastructure, high unemployment, and outdated banking systems as more pressing issues. From this critic's perspective, the reforms must be broader and deeper to achieve sustainable impact. This disagreement highlights the ongoing tension between optimism and realism. While many see the revaluation and reform plans as a clear path forward, others warn against becoming overly confident too quickly. But both perspectives serve a purpose. The optimistic view encourages hope and participation, while the critical view forces accountability and careful planning. Together, they create a fuller picture of what lies ahead. What's most important is staying informed and engaged. As the currency landscape shifts, every development, from political appointments to financial reforms, affects the strength of the dinar. Prime Minister Soudani continues to earn praise for his leadership. and many citizens are rallying behind his vision. The successful rollout of reforms will be the ultimate test of his government's capabilities. For dinar holders around the world, this is a time to stay vigilant, monitor daily market movements, pay attention to policy shifts, engage with communities tracking these events in real time. This is not a one-day event. It's the start of a much broader economic realignment. The revaluation is only the first milestone in what could be a long, rewarding journey. As the dinar continues to float on global markets, one message rings loud and clear. Iraq is no longer a passive observer in the financial world. The exchange rate has already crossed 1.5 in multiple trading channels, and momentum appears to be building. Some analysts believe this rate could be just the beginning. If market demand remains strong, we may soon see the dinar push past 1.6 or even 1.75. These aren't just theoretical projections. They reflect real-time interest being shown by global investors, regional banks, and currency traders who now see Iraq as a legitimate financial player. Still, with opportunity comes risk. Currency holders should approach this period with patience and awareness. The excitement of a revaluation can cloud judgment, and scammers are already emerging. Social media, online forums, and unregulated brokers are rife with offers that promise better rates or quicker exchanges, but at a cost. Be cautious. The safest route remains through official channels, licensed currency exchanges, verified banking institutions, and government-approved platforms. If you're approached with a private deal or pressured into selling, step back and reassess. The legitimate market is now open, and there's no need to rush into unsafe decisions. Many of you are asking, should I exchange now or wait for a higher rate? There's no single answer. Every holder's financial situation is different. Some may want to lock in gains while rates are strong. Others may choose to hold out, expecting further growth as Iraq stabilizes and develops. What matters is that you make an informed choice. The dinar's new floating structure means volatility will be part of the equation, and the market could move in either direction depending on global demand and Iraq's internal progress. For those preparing to visit an exchange center or bank, make sure your dinar notes are in excellent condition. Bring valid photo identification and, if available, a receipt showing where and when you acquired your currency. Many financial institutions now require documentation to process larger transactions due to new compliance measures. Being prepared will help you move through the exchange process efficiently and without delay. Another factor to consider is taxes. In many countries, the profits earned from currency exchange may be considered taxable income. Before exchanging large sums, it may be wise to consult with a financial advisor or tax expert. Understanding your responsibilities can help you retain more of your gains and avoid any unpleasant surprises. The bigger picture, however, extends beyond individual profits. What we're witnessing is a fundamental shift in how the world views Iraq. A nation long defined by conflict and economic instability is now being recognized for its potential, natural wealth, and strategic importance in the global energy sector. This revaluation reflects not just a financial recalibration, but a deeper belief that Iraq is ready to rejoin the world economy on equal footing. The government's ongoing reforms, targeting inflation control, currency transparency, import stabilization, and sovereign financial independence, are all signs that this isn't a short-lived event. Prime Minister Soudani's administration continues to push for long-term policy improvements, and international observers are taking note. As Iraq rebuilds its credibility, the dinar will likely continue to gain strength, both symbolically and numerically. To our viewers across the globe, especially those who have followed this journey for years, your patience is paying off. The long nights of doubt, the endless news cycles filled with speculation, and the cautious optimism have all led to this moment. The dinar has gone live on the international market, and the float has begun. This is not a typical currency update. It's a financial milestone, and you're living through it. Take time to reflect on your goals. Are you aiming for immediate gains, or are you positioning yourself for the long-term transformation of Iraq's economy? Both paths have merit. What matters is staying informed, staying safe, and staying in control of your choices. Continue following Iraqi Dinar News as we bring you round-the-clock coverage of the revaluation, live rate updates, economic reforms, and global reactions. We're committed to keeping you ahead of the curve with accurate, unbiased, and timely reporting. If this video has helped you understand today's major development, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share your story in the comments. How long have you held your dinar? What's your plan now that the float is active? We want to hear from you, and we'll continue to walk with you through this once-in-a-generation financial moment. From all of us here at Iraqi Dinar News, thank you for your trust and your time. Stay calm, stay informed, and stay ready. The journey has just begun.